So good morning once again, guys. This is our first day of classes and welcome to FINSTAD. Our section is K31. This is Advanced Statistics and Multivariate Research Techniques. So this will be our homepage. And in this subject, we're going to learn how to perform data science analysis. And we're going to use a specific software, R and RStudio. Okay, there are other softwares there available in the market which have the distinct advantage of number one, being free, and number two, being easy to use, and number three, also being very much used in the market today, very much used in the industry today. And R and RStudio is one of them, including another software called Python. So in this subject, we will be using R primarily and RStudio, and then hopefully in the course of this subject we will also have attempt to double into Python. Okay, so I'd like to ask you in a while if this is the first time for you to use this software. So before I do that, so what are we going to do in this subject? We're going to, of course, learn how to navigate through R. And then we're going to learn how to process data, transform it, visualize it, and do modeling, and test the validity of our model. So these are skills that are required in data science and data analytics. Okay, and R is one of the most powerful software that's available in the market. Now, if you notice here, the old name of this subject was Advasta, but it's now called FINSTAD, and it's also called as data science. It's data science analytics, and for this term, we're going to use R as our software. Okay, my full name is Joscoro Bailon Jr. You can just call me Coach Bob or Bob. Okay, and this is my email address. This is the Zoom that we're going to use always in our sessions. Okay, and these are the modules that we're going to look into. Okay, so let's first briefly look at this. Module 1 will be getting started with R. Of course, this is important because we cannot really tap the power of R if we don't know how to navigate through it. Okay, Unit 1 and 2 will be navigating through R and RStudio. Okay, Unit 3 we're going to learn data visualization. R is a very powerful software as far as data visualization is concerned. And R, one advantage of R is that there are many who create packages or codes in R from several fields, whether it be finance, or economics, or mathematics, or engineering, or even in the social sciences field. There are many who create codes or packages, and it's made available to the market. It's made available to users of R for free. So that's one very, very good thing about R. We don't need to pay anything. We don't need to buy a software. Unlike if we're using Stata or SPSS, which are quite expensive, R and RStudio is very, very cheap in the sense that it's free. Okay, and then in Module 4, we're going to look at how we transform data. Okay, this is similar to SQL, structured query language. So we're going to do data transformation using another package called dplyr. And then we're going to do EDA or exploratory data analysis. We're going to also learn how to import and tidy, to clean the data. The technical term for this is to wrangle, W-R-A-N-G-L-E, wrangle our data. And then we're going to, maybe we're going to skip hypothesis testing because you have already several, I think 3 management science or data science subjects doing hypothesis testing. We'll go to a review of simple and multiple regression and do inference about regression. And then at the end, we're going to include introduction to machine learning, a very hot topic now. So this is a very exciting subject. This is a very a very practical and useful subject. And I'd like to ask you now, okay, so let me first stop share, okay, or pause share, because I want you to, I don't want to, okay, let me pause share first. Pause recording, I mean. Where's my pause recording? Okay, pause recording. Okay. So as I mentioned, guys, a while ago, this will be our homepage. Oh, sorry. Ano pala yan? FINSTAD pala yan. All right. So the syllabus, guys, has been provided for you. If you open the syllabus, okay, I have embed the syllabus. If you want to download it, you can also go to our G Drive. The file is available there. So let's just quickly take a look at our syllabus. So it's embedded here. Okay, consultation hours, guys, is MW 1 to 2:15 or by appointment. If this is not okay for you, if it conflicts with your schedule. So what's this subject all about? So let's go down. This will be how you will be graded in this subject. Problem sets, which you will be maybe 90%. The problem sets will be group work. Okay, there will be a few problem sets will be individual, and then we have exams, sit works, exercises, class participation, the usual stuff. But of course, I would normally maybe vary the percentage, guys. It depends on the performance of the class, and I would always be biased towards towards you guys, the students. So if I feel that in the problem sets you did better, then I would usually maybe add more weight to that criteria. Okay, the grading system is the same. It's a DLSU system. Okay, so what will be our the learning plan for this term? For the first one and a half weeks, we should learn how to navigate through R. At the end of this week or by early next week, you should know how to. You should have downloaded R and R Studio in your machines, in your laptops, or in your PCs. Okay, and you should have known how to make use of R Markdown and R Notebook. Okay, I'll explain in a while what R Markdown and R Notebook is. A question to the Eco majors: did you use R Notebook before? Did you use R Markdown? Or did you use just the R script? Maybe one of our eco majors here could also tell us, guys. Did you use R Markdown, R Notebook?
As far as I remember, sir, R script lang ata.
R script lang kayo. Ginamit nyo ba yung R Studio?
Yes, R Studio.
Okay, R Studio and then the R script. Okay, that's good because
ay, pati notebook din daw pala, sir. Sorry.
Pati notebook. Okay. So, yes, gumamit tayo ng notebook. Okay. So, in this subject, we're also going to do that. We're going to use our notebooks and our projects, of course. Okay. So, this will be our first week. And then at the second week and the third week, we start with data visualization. So, we're going to use the very powerful package ggplot2. Okay, so and then after that, we go to data transformation. This is just like SQL, structured query language, where we're given data. And if we want to modify, if we want to get a subset of the data, we're going to use the dplyr package, a very powerful package in wrangling data, in let's say subsetting data. So this is a very powerful package. And then we go to EDA, exploratory data analysis. We look at what to do with the missing values. Okay, and then we're going to use tidying the data. Okay, how do we tidy data? We're going to use a tidyverse and have a review of basic regression using R, of course, multiple regression, and we do some inference about regression. And towards the end, we're going to learn introduction to machine machine learning, making use of the carrot package, making use of random forest, K nearest neighbors. We're going to be introduced to supervised and unsupervised learning. Okay, sa yung mga eco majors, nag ano ba kayo? Nag-ML kayo dati sa R nyo? Did you do supervised and unsupervised learning?
Not yet po ata, sir.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, sir. Not
So
yet.
siguro maybe we will try to collapse kasi yung regression naman, guys, di ba may mga prior stat subjects na kayo na ginamit yun na to? Okay, nag-basic at saka multiple regression na kayo. Am I correct, guys? Can you sound off, please?
Yes.
Yes, in fact,
Yes, sir.
siguro ang ginamit yung Excel andun sa DSI subject nyo. Tama ba?
Okay, sir.
Okay, but in this course, we're going to make use of R, and you'll see the power of R as far as multiple regression is concerned. Gagamitin natin yung stepwise regression using the OLSRR package. Okay, so a lot of things, no? And if we have time, I'd like to also introduce SEMSANA, structural equation modeling, but of course, it will all depend on how our pace, no? Our pace in this subject. Okay, so that's our learning plan. We also have here for our activities, which we're not going to discuss in this subject, but it is required of you guys. It is required of you. For example, I strongly urge you to watch these videos and navigating through our studio's working environment. There are 17 videos here. These are short videos, some 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and it will be helpful for those who are who will be learning R and R Studio for the first time. Okay, so I suggest that you go through these videos, and ang suggestion ko, you already start navigating through it, learning it, so that by next week, guys, you already have a good head start as far as the use of R and R Studio is concerned. Okay, there are some other materials that I'm going to share in this class. In fact, many materials, but in a nutshell, that will be the end goal in mind for this subject, so that at the end of the course, every one of us would say that we are very comfortable using R. It's very important packages. We're very comfortable with doing data visualization. And in fact, we're going to learn how to make use of a package in R where we're going to learn how to do a dashboard. Okay, I'm sure maybe sa Echo hindi nyo pa nagagamit yun, no? Yung paggawa ng isang dashboard using the visualization plots that we have conducted. So this is more of a data analysis subject. Okay, and the power of data analysis as it regards to industry practices. So this is more of an introduction, and I hope at the end of the term, as I said, you are already very comfortable with data visualization, let's say data wrangling, and exploratory data analysis, and some analytical aspects, practical application, supervised learning of data analysis, which is regression, and then we have a sampling of machine learning. Okay, is that clear, guys? Is our direction for this subject clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you. Thank you so much. Okay, now under modules, guys. Under modules, so I have already shared with you module 1, Introduction to R and R Studio. Okay, I'm not going to go through this, but it's imperative, guys, that you go through these materials. There are tutorials here, for example, 1.6b R Markdown tutorial. Okay, there's also this R Markdown cheat sheet which you can find in your R Studio itself. Okay, as I mentioned a while ago, 2 of the most powerful softwares available in the market are R and Python. There are good reasons why one should use R, and also compelling reasons why it's also important to learn Python. as finance majors, as finance students, it is imperative, it is important that we learn both. Okay, but of course we have to start somewhere, and this subject allows us to start with R. Okay, later on, guys, I really encourage you as your co-learner in this subject to also acquire the skills of Python. If you're really serious in coming in starting or in building a career in finance, these these are two skill sets that are very important. In fact, before it was a competitive advantage in the market to know R and Python, okay, because at that time there were fewer people who dabbled into this. But now, guys, in the advent of social media, of YouTube, there's no reason why you should not learn these things. Okay, with MOOCs, with massive open online courses, you can enroll, guys. Invest in a $10 course, a $15 course. That's just one, isang movie lang ni Spider-Man yun o ni Batman. Tapos ang kapalit nun, guys, perpetual access to that course. Okay, so take time, guys, to look at MOOCs. MOOCs stand for Massive Open Online Courses. There are a lot. There are Udemy, Edureka, a lot of MOOCs available there that offer courses in R and R Studio and Python. Okay, of course, for a fee. Okay, yung iba naman, may audit courses lang, you can do that. But if you want to really have the experience of being enrolled in that subject, mag-invest lang kayo ng $10, $15, $20. Okay, just think of it as 2 trips to Starbucks. No? Parang just sacrifice 2 trips to a movie house. Okay, and then kaya nga investment yan, guys, foregoing the quote-unquote pleasures of that might be derived today. Okay, foregoing it and putting your money elsewhere to gain better benefits in the long run. Okay, yun ang investment, guys, and I'd like to encourage you to do that. Okay, so today, guys, we'll for the benefit of those who will be experiencing this for the first time. Now, as I said, guys, R is a freeware. Okay, so paki-google nyo nga, guys, i-google nyo CRAN. No? Ito. Can you see this, guys? Punta kayo sa Google, for example. Sige, punta ako ha. And then type CRAN. Please type CRAN. So today, at least, dapat matutunan natin how to download R and R Studio. Okay, when you type CRAN, enter. Okay, you can see here the Comprehensive R Archive Network, CRAN. Ito yung repository, guys, ng mga packages. When I say packages, guys, these are programs that are made available for use of our users. So if we click this, I'm not going to click it kasi naklik ko na siya dito. You'll be brought to this site, no? Comprehensive R Archive Network, CRAN. Okay, so this allows us to download and install R. Okay, so depende, guys, kung ano yung machine nyo, kung Mac kayo, Mac operating system or Windows, you click this and then follow through the process of downloading R for Mac or for Windows. Okay. Right. Maybe for those of you who haven't downloaded this, sorry muna, guys, for those of you who already have R and R Studio in your machines, let's give your classmates a few minutes to download R. Okay. So let me pause first our recording. Okay, thank you so much for your feedback, guys. Thank you for telling me that you have downloaded R. Okay, if you open R, you will get this, guys. You'll get this. So what version have you downloaded? Mine is 4.0.2. I'm not sure if there's, usually R comes up with the new version every now and then, every 6 months, I think. My version is taking off again. How about you, class? What's your version now? 4.1.3 na pala. Kailangan pala ako mag-ano, no? Kailangan na pala ako mag-update. Okay, so I'll update later, no? 4.1.3 na. Mine is still 4.0.2. Okay, so now R, guys, is this software. Is a software for this that we're going to use. However, if you look at this interface, ang dami niyang kulang, no? It lacks some utilities that could be helpful for running programs, running codes, doing statistical analysis in R. So uh, another company created what we call an IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment that can be used as a support for R. Okay, and that software is called R Studio. So kindly, once again, in your Google Drive, kindly type R Studio. Okay, R Studio download. Click this. And you will find here, download R Studio. So this is download R Studio IDE. This is what I mentioned a while ago. Integrated Development Environment. Okay. So open this, guys, and you will be led to this site. You see? This one. Okay. So R Studio IDE, Integrated Development Environment, and of course, we're going to make use of this R Studio desktop. Okay, and please download it. Of course, we're going to download the free one. Since hindi naman tayo nasa server, okay, of course, meron mga commercial version ito, which is used by companies. For our purposes, it's just an individual. So kindly download, guys. And once you download, kindly chat, please, again. So let me pause recording again. Okay. Thank you once again, guys, for giving me the feedback that you have downloaded the R Studio. Now, kindly open the R Studio, please. So let me just open a okay, please chat if you have opened R Studio. Okay, very good. Okay, so please don't worry, guys, if we have different interfaces. Okay, so this is my R Studio, and most probably you have a different R Studio. So let me let me just go to an open one. Okay, let me open a. Okay, before I do that, sige, let me open an R Markdown. It's taking quite some time. Okay, so you notice, guys, at the there are 4 window panes here. Okay, so apat yung window panes natin, no? We have 4. So this is this is our script window. Then we have our console window. We have our environment window, and we have our files and plots windows. Now, most probably, guys, you have a different interface. Okay, so let me just let me just revert to the original, let's say, format. So if you want to change the format of your RStudio, you can go here to Tools. Okay, here, Tools, and then Global Options. Excuse me. Okay, and then here, Tools, Options, Global Options, and then I can change the appearance. But first, guys, take a look at the pane layout. Okay, this is the pane layout. Now, guys, my pane layout is at the second quadrant. I have my script window. At the first quadrant, I have my console window. This is the third quadrant, I have environment, and at the fourth quadrant, I have files and plots. You can easily change this. I think the default is that the console is here below. Am I right, guys? The console is here. And then I think the environment is here and the files and plots is here. So if I apply this, okay, let me first also change the appearance. The default, I think, is it ambience? No. Is it? Yeah, I think the default is Chrome. Okay, so I'm changing the format a bit. I'm changing the appearance. Is it clouds? What's the default, guys? Is it Chrome? What do you have in your layout? Sige, apply ko to, ha. Okay, so most probably, guys, this is how your RStudio looks like. Okay, there are 4 panes, as I mentioned a while ago. Here you have your script window. Here you have your console, your environment window, and this is your files and plots window. Yeah, Chrome. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. So this is the default appearance of your our RStudio. Now, we will learn how to navigate through this, but most of the I would require you guys to learn also on your own how to navigate through the RStudio, because if you're going to spend really much time in going through the nitty-gritty details of the RStudio interface, guys, then we will run out of time. So most of the experience in navigating through the RStudio should be learned outside the classroom. And there are lots of resources there that you can easily access through YouTube or through Google, by which you can easily learn how to navigate through the RStudio environment. Okay, so as we said a while ago, this is the IDE. This is the integrated development environment. So what's the relationship between RStudio and R? Okay. R, guys, is the analogy that we can think of is R is the engine. Okay, and RStudio is the dashboard. Okay, so you know, guys, that the dashboard that does not have any value at all without the engine. Okay, the dashboard is supposed to record or to present ano ba yung condition ng engine natin. Kunyari, if we're running, yung yung odometer, yung speedometer guys, kung ano yung speed natin, tapos kulang ba ng oil, tama ba yung oil, o yung fuel gauge, ilan na lang ba natitirang liters ng gasoline. So those things can be seen from the dashboard. Yung dashboard natin, yun ang RStudio. Okay? So that's why, if you notice guys, we first downloaded R. And then after that, we downloaded RStudio. Okay? So RStudio will not work without R. Okay? Although you can, but our guys will work without RStudio. Okay, so ito mag-work to guys. We can do coding here. We can get the results here, but it will not be as functional. It will not be as easy to generate results here or get the outputs as in an RStudio environment. Okay, so R and RStudio go hand in hand. Hindi pa pwedeng RStudio lang gagamitin natin without R. Okay, R is the engine, while RStudio is just like the dashboard. Okay, so I hope that's clear guys. Let me pause for a while. Clear ba yon? Yung relationship ng R at saka ng RStudio guys? Paki-chat naman please kung clear siya. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Now, if you notice, we have several tabs here: File, Edit, Code, View, etc. Please try to learn the functionalities of all of this. Okay. Tapos meron tayong apat na pane, window pane. Okay, you can easily change the position of this. Personally, ang gusto ko sa tools ulit, global options, mas gusto ko yung console andi dito sa first quadrant, no? That's my personal preference. Okay, tapos yung environment ko nasa ilalim, tapos yung files andi dito sa fourth quadrant. Okay, and I'll tell you why I prefer it that way in the course of this subject. Okay, so let me wait. I tried to change the positioning here of the window pane. All right. So yung code natin guys, we write it here either in the source window, pane layout na. Isip ko lang to. I'll put here my environment. Okay. Live. Okay. So now you see guys that bumalik na yung console dito, no? Bumalik na yung console dito. Tapos andi dito yung yung script window natin, tapos ito yung environment window natin. Okay? Ano ba yung gamit ng environment natin? What's the use of environment? This tells us guys what objects are available in this current R project. So we're going to learn more about that. For now guys, this means that, for example, dito sa akin, these objects are available for use in this current R project. Tapos dito naman, nakalagay dito kung ano yung mga files. Dito din makikita natin kung magpa-plot tayo, pwede natin makita dito yon. Okay, we have here the packages. Ano yung mga packages na available na na-install ko na. Of course guys, you'll have a different list here kasi I've been using this for several years already. So I have already installed several packages here. You might definitely, especially for those of you who just installed this package for the first time, you'll have limited lesser number of packages installed. But in the course of this subject, we're going to install packages. And what's the use of that? The packages are used so that we can access functionalities provided by those packages. So for example, gagamitin natin si ggplot2. Ito si ggplot2. Ito. Okay, where's ggplot2 here? Okay, ggplot2. Create elegant data visualizations using the grammar of graphics. Grammar of graphics plot we're going to use that. In fact, that will be our first formal lesson for this subject. Okay, so apat na panes, guys. Of course, pwede nating ma-minimize yung ano dyan. Okay, kita nyo dito, guys. Sinakop na ng ano ni console yung buong window dito. It's not lost, yung files, it's not lost. Na-minimize lang siya. Okay, kung gusto nyo, baliktad naman. Kaya naka-maximize naman dito si files plot, si console naka-minimize. Okay, so pwede nating naka-balance lang siya. Of course, pwede natin siyang i-adjust. And you can adjust also the width. Ito, na-adjust yan. So this is one good thing about our studio. Okay, yung utility niya, ang dami niyang gamit talaga. And it's a lot easier to work in this environment as compared to just working with this very drab and parang ang hirap yung limited yung utility nitong R. Pero lahat ng code na run natin sa RStudio, guys, ang engine yan yung R. Okay? It's R that's actually running. Ito interface lang tong RStudio natin. It's just the interface. Okay? All right. Now, if you go here, guys, dito, no, under file, you can see this one. It's a shortcut for adding. Okay, if you take a look at this, there are some objects, there are some things here that we can use. Ito, our script, our notebook, our markdown. Okay, this is for web application, Shiny. Okay, or we can insert a text file, a C++ file, an HTML file, our presentation, our documentation. So for our purposes, guys, ang gagamitin natin either our notebook or our markdown, but more on our notebook. Okay, if I click our script, what do I see? Okay, si our script, guys, if you notice, iba siya kaysa dun sa our markdown. Okay, dito pwede na tayo mag-write ng code natin. Kunyari, 2 raised to the 100th power. Okay, so I'm writing here a code 2 raised to the 100th power. If I run this, Control Enter. Okay, what do you notice, guys? So here in our script window, 2 to the 100th power, yung answer lalabas dito sa console window natin. Okay, notice na sinulat dito ni R sa console window yung code, yung command na pinapalagay ko. Okay, and then it generated the answer. So 2 to the 100th power, ito, guys, caret to, it's the exponentiation symbol. No? That's 1.267651 times 10 to the 30th power. Okay, so that's a very huge number, 2 to the 100th power. So sa script window, guys, ganito yung pwede natin magawa. You can perform here some mathematical 45 times 100 plus 32 divided by 78, etc. So this is a mathematical expression. So ang susundin nito, guys, ang susundin dito ni R is the PEMDAS, no? Control Enter. So it follows the PEMDAS rule, yung rule ng multiplication. If you check, uunahin niya si 45 times 1,000, di ba? 45 times 100. Okay. Tapos ang susunod niya, hindi yung plus 34. Isusunod niya si 34 divided by 78. Kasi mauuna dapat yung division kaysa sa addition. Okay? So, kaya nga inad niya yung dalawang result, di ba? Yung 4,045 times 100 added to 34 divided by 78. So that's 45,000 plus 0.43. So tama, 45436. Okay, so these are and many others, guys. I'm just giving examples of using the R script, no? You can generate random number, no? Dito pwede tayong mag-generate, kunyari, generate random number, ilan? 100 random numbers. Control Enter. Okay. Wait. Kailangan pa pala natin yung function na run, no? Okay, R norm na lang. R norm. Okay, R norm. Generate tayo ng 100 random normally distributed numbers. Okay. What did R do? This code, guys, R norm tells R to generate 100 random numbers. Okay? So you notice random to, no? Now, since these are random numbers, magkakaiba tayo, no? Who among you got different numbers? Did you get different? Yes, thank you, John. Yung iba, guys, RJ, thank you. Angel, thank you. So iba-iba yung random numbers natin kasi random nga yan, no? Diba? But there's a way if we want to have the same numbers, guys, there's a way to do that, but let me postpone the discussion of that later, no? So see, kay R script, guys, makukuha natin, for example, makukuha natin yung okay, let's say, let's create this object X is equal to R norm, say 10 numbers na lang. Tapos, tingnan dito, guys, nagsasabi siya, yung function ng R norm, the first one is N. So, gawin natin 100. Tapos mean, 0 daw. Tapos standard deviation. So, mean is equal to, pwede natin gawin mean is equal to 20. Tapos standard deviation is equal to 2. Kunyari, no? So we can have this code, guys. So we're creating an object called X. We're telling R to generate 100 random numbers, okay, where the mean is 20 and the standard deviation is 2. So if I enter this, control enter. Okay, ano nangyari, guys? Ang nangyari, guys, nagkaroon tayo ng object na X dito, no? Nakita nyo, guys, dito sa environment, ano natin, nag-create tayo ng object called X, and it's a number from 1 to 100. So, ibig sabihin 100 to. Okay? So, paki-chat nga, please, kung nagkaroon kayo ng, ng object na X. Chat, please. When we wrote this code, X is equal to R norm, 100 yung number, mean of 20, standard deviation is equal to 2. Let me see kung naka-generate kayo nun. Good. Thank you so much. Good. No? Good. So nakapag-generate tayo, no? And we can, kung gusto natin malaman yung mga numbers na yan, pwede natin i-type X. X. And then control enter, or sa Mac yata command enter. Okay, yan. Generate na dito, no? Ito yung mga numbers na yun. 100 all in all. Okay, these are random numbers. Okay? So kung titignan nyo, di ba medyo malapit siya sa 20. Ang mean, kasi ginawa natin yung mean 20 eh. Okay? And if we, for example, if we get the mean of X, okay, so practically 20, ano? And then the standard deviation of X, we're expecting about 2. Huh? 2. And of course, we can also, we can ask R to plot hist. This is a histogram, control enter. Okay, and here in the plot, sa plot, guys, there. Okay, plinat niya, no? Yung X object natin. Okay, let me pause for a while. Who among you guys were able to generate this plot? Na-plot nyo yung yung histogram ng X variable natin. Good, thank you, Jonas. Thank you, Craig. Leith, salamat. Thank you. Lance, Naoki, thank you. Shallow, good. John, thank you. Marguerite, Marge na, no? Okay, very good, guys. Thank you so much for your feedback. I hope the others are, guys, ganito if I'm a bit rushing, no? Please do not hesitate to stop me. Do not hesitate to ask a question or to ask me to repeat the process. Okay, there's no point, guys. This is not a marathon. This is not a 100-meter sprint. No? Hindi tayo nagmamadali dito. Ano to? This is more of a this is more of a marathon. We will be here for the long term, for one whole term. Okay, so ano pa lang to, guys, sample pa lang ng magagawa natin sa R, no? And lots and lots and lots of other stuff, guys, no? Lots and lots of other stuff. We're just tapping we're just scratching the surface of the surface of the surface of the surface. Hindi pa talaga to. Ang dami-dami natin pwede magawa sa R. So, for me, guys, I used to be talagang Excel guy ako, no? But when I started learning R, siguro more than almost 20 years na, guys, Excel is still important, guys. It has still its place. Kaso, talagang a lot of the things that I used to do with Excel, sa R ko na siya ginagawa and sa Python. Kasi it's really more convenient, it's more powerful. Ang dami natin magagawa sa R and Python na na hindi magagawa sa Excel. Is it possible? My question si John. John, paki-share yung answer mo sa classmates mo. This is a very...
So, is it possible na iba yung answer for the x equals r norm?
John, paki-copy mo yung answer mo and share it to everyone.
My answer is, for SD is...
Yeah, sure. Pero paki-share mo yung answer mo to everyone. Yung question mo pala, yung question.
Ay.
Yeah, thank you. This is a very important question kasi ang question ni John, is it possible na iba yung answer sa mean at saka standard deviation? Yes, guys. Talagang magkakaiba tayo kasi iba, guys, yung natin. Random numbers tayo, no? Iba yung mga random numbers natin. Okay? I have different numbers than you. Then, of course, we expect that the numbers to be different. Okay, sige, ganito gawin natin, guys, ha? Kung gusto natin pare-pareho, sabi ko, di ba, we're going to learn this. Sige, gawin na natin ngayon to, no? If we want to have the same random numbers, type natin set.seed and then any number 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, dapat pare-pareho tayong number, guys, ha? And then enter. Gawa tayo ng y is equal to r norm ulit. And let's say, just to make the example simple, okay, 20 lang, no? And mean, okay. If we want just the standard normal distribution, kasi if you recall from your stat, na kapag standard normal distribution, di ba, the mean is 0 and the standard deviation is equal to 1, no? Okay? So, if you want the standard normal distribution, pwede namang ang bibigay nyo na lang yung number, no? Kung ilan. Kasi pag hindi natin sinama yung mean at saka standard deviation, understood na yun na ang default niya, mean is equal to 0 and then standard deviation is equal to 1. Okay, and then let's do this, y. Tapos sabay-sabay natin to, guys. Okay? Itong tatlong codes na to, sabay-sabay natin i-run. Control enter. Control enter. Okay. Now, ano rin natin? Set.seed 1, 2, 3, 4. Y is equal to r norm 20. Then we printed y. Ito yung nakuha kong y, guys. Negative 1.207, 0.277. Okay. How many among you got the same answers, guys? Got the same random numbers? Yan. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Now, pare-pareho tayo, guys, no? So, in this class, that's what we're going to do. No? Mag-generate tayo ng iba't ibang klaseng random numbers. Okay? Now, I want us to have the same random numbers. Ang gagawin natin, magsiset.seed tayo. It can be any number. Okay, so that kung ano man makukuha ko, makukuha nyo rin yun. So that's why when we get the mean, for example, mean of y, okay, and of course, I'm getting negative 0.25, you also get the same answer, no? SD of Y. Pareho tayo ngayon ng ng standard deviation at saka ng mean, no? Diba? Kasi ito guys, ang ano na to, this is a standard normal distribution to, so ang mean niya 0. So medyo hindi naman talaga 0 but near 0, and also kasi maliit lang siya, 20 lang. So medyo mas mahirap na maging 0 talaga yan. But if this was, let's say, gumawa tayo ng random numbers na 1,000 o 10,000, then pag kinuha natin yung mean na yon, it will be practically 0. And the standard deviation will be practically 1. Kasi because of central limit theorem, no? Okay, Sid. Sid, paki-share yung question mo. This is a very important question also. Thank you, Sid. Paki-share yung question to everyone, please.
I asked po what's the purpose of set seed po, and also if there's significance po kung ano
Share.
yung numbers
Copy paste
inside.
mo for everyone yung question, please.
Sige po.
Okay, good. Thank you, Sid. What's the purpose for the set.seed? Tapos the number inside the parentheses. The purpose of the set.seed is that when we're generating randomized numbers, we will have the same answers. We will have the same random numbers. And then yung set.seed, it can be any number there. It can be 1 digit, it can be 6 digit, guys. For as long as pare-pareho tayong numbers, guys, then we will generate the same numbers. Okay? Pag magkaiba tayong numbers, kunyari nag-set.seed ako ng 1, 2, 3, 4. Ikaw nag-set.seed ka ng 2, 3, 4. Then definitely magkakaiba yung number natin. Okay? The purpose of having the same numbers is for us to have the same random numbers. Okay? Did that answer your question, Sid?
Yes po, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good. All right. So, and lots more, guys. We have barely scratched the surface. That's why may I request you guys to please ipakita ko na lang para so that you won't get lost. There are many tutorials already in YouTube. Okay, unlike guys, when I first started learning R, wala pang mga YouTube na tutorial. So I had really to learn it the hard way. Talagang through physical books lang talaga, no? Yung talagang books, and ang hirap pa naman maghanap at that time. Ngayon, may mga ang dami ng tutorials sa PDF, no? So there should be no reason why you should find it difficult, guys, to learn R. No? Madaling-madali na talaga, no? Ang matutunang R, and for that matter, RStudio. So again, guys, ang gagamitin natin na IDE, RStudio. There are other IDEs, guys. There are other IDEs, but the most popular one is RStudio. Aside from the fact that it's free, no? For our purposes, okay na yung free na RStudio. So let me just go back just to remind you guys, especially for those of you who are learning R for the first time, this will really help you. I think this is Marin Stats. Let's wait for it to in-embed ko na siya dito para makikita nyo na. Okay, while it's embedding, guys, so let's go to okay. What we have done so far, guys, was to use our script. No, our script to, no? This is called your R script. Now, we're not going to use R script kasi may mas powerful na na tools na pwede nating gamitin. So let me once again go here, no? Control Shift N, that's for our if you press Control Shift N, or in Mac maybe Command Shift N, if you press that, automatically mag-generate siya ng bagong R script, no? So let's do that. Control Shift N. Yung Mac users, guys, paki-check nga kung Control Shift N or Command Shift N. Control Shift and then N. Press that. Wait lang natin. Control Shift N. It's taking a long time. Yeah, okay. So, ano ako guys, nag-Control Shift N, what happened? Ito yung R script natin kanina, di ba? Nag-generate siya ng panibagong R script. Okay? So that's the shortcut. How about Mac users? Is it Command Shift N? Kindly feedback please. Command Shift N ba yung yung function in order to create a new R script? Saan ginagamit guys yung R script? Sa pagko-code natin, sa in doing statistical analysis. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Marge. Okay. So for pag Mac, it's Command Shift N. Okay, but we're not going to use R script kasi meron pang mas powerful na mga tools na provided by RStudio. And ito, no? You have R Markdown and R Notebook. So first we're going to look at R Markdown, but ultimately guys, ang gagamitin natin sa R Notebook. Kasi mas bago to si R Notebook at saka mas may enhanced feature siya as compared to R Markdown. But let's first open an R Markdown. Open natin to. And then it will bring us to this one. Okay? Hahanapan tayong title. Kunyari, trial 1. Lagyan natin. It's up to you guys what you want to put here. Let me just write trial 1. Okay? And then we have these options. Default output format. Okay? It can be an HTML file. Okay? It can be PDF. It can be a Word file. Okay? Ang recommended format for authoring will be HTML. Kasi you can anyway switch to PDF and Word later on. But let's just use first yung HTML. Okay? In fact, may options tayo dito. Are you creating a document? Are you creating a presentation? Yes, guys. Pwede tayong mag-create ng presentation, guys. In other words, guys, pwedeng hindi na PowerPoint. Pwede nang use R Markdown presentation. Okay, and there are distinct advantages of using R Markdown presentation. Of course, very powerful pa rin si PowerPoint. No? Kaso, when you're dealing with codes, guys, kunyari, code chunks sa R, mas maganda ginagamit yung presentation kaysa sa PowerPoint. Kasi pag presentation, guys, pwede nyo i-run yung code directly. Okay, it's just like nasa R din kayo. Unlike pag PowerPoint kayo, guys, hindi naman siya connected sa R. Diba? So if you're going to present something where you're required to run codes, automatically, guys, nasa R environment ka na, use R Markdown presentation. Kasi sabi nga natin, wala namang relationship si Microsoft, si Windows, PowerPoint, kaysa kay R. So if you're going to present and then importante yung code, yung mga outputs ng code, kunyari histogram na yan, na ma-generate siya during the presentation itself, then this is the way to go. Okay, Shiny is more for web application. No? So let's just use this document. Okay. Okay, now, tingnan nyo yung difference, guys. No? Ano yung difference ni R Markdown kaysa kay R script? Anong difference sila? Number one, kanina dito kay R script, wala naman siyang dito, wala naman siyang initial na mga output dito. Dito meron, guys. Okay, and you have this tatlong dash, and then dito sa ilalim, and then you have here the title. This is called your YAML. No? May tawag dyan. Ang tawag dyan YAML. Okay? YAML. YAML ang tawag dito. And then nakalagay dito yung title, author, kailan, tapos ano yung output, kung PDF ba yan or HTML. Okay? So this is the difference between your R Markdown and your R script. No? And then again here, guys, you notice, guys, we have here, may mga backticks tayo dito. And then here you have a bracket. and then R, and then here you have the name of this chunk set up, and then down dito include is equal to false, which we're going to discuss later on, and then dito may code tayo dito, no? Now this is what we call the code chunk. This is what we call the code chunk. Now sa R Markdown, guys, a particular code will only work if it's inside a code chunk. Okay, let me illustrate. Kunyari dito kanina, di ba, nag-ano tayo? Kunyari nag-rand number tayo dito, di ba? Rand. Okay, and then 20, no? Mag-rand 20 tayo dito, guys, sa labas ng code chunk. If we press Control Enter, wala. It will not run, guys. Unlike dito sa sa R script natin, yung run 20 na yan, tatakbo yan, no? It will run. Okay? Ay, sorry. Not run ba? R norm pala. Sorry. R norm. So this is your R script. This is your R Markdown. No? R norm. Notice, guys, na pag nag-run tayo dito sa R Markdown, wala, hindi siya mag-run. No? Dali, ha? Okay, thank you, John. Yamil, may mga nakikita akong definitions na to pero hindi ako sure kasi ang sabi nila, yet, ito nakita akong definition pero hindi ako sure kung iyan ba yung official na yet another markup language. Okay, I haven't really seen yung official na na definition ng YAML na yan. Maybe you can help me, guys, kung ano ba talaga yung ibig sabihin ng, kasi ito nakikita ko parang naman, parang pinaglaruan lang nila, no? But the YAML, guys, is supposed to tell us about your R Markdown. That's as far as I will say at the moment, no? But thank you. Sino ba yung question kanina? Thank you, John. Thank you. Maybe you can, kasi nagtanong dito si John, what's the meaning of YAMLs? Okay. May I also encourage you guys na pag mag-question kayo, please direct it to everyone, no? Unless personal yung yung question, so that the whole class benefits from your question. Okay. Yet another markup language, pero I'm not sure if this is the official meaning, no? Pero sa atin, guys, pag sinabing YAML, ito yung ito parang default na magsasabi kung paano ipiprint yung document na to. Kasi one good thing about the R Markdown is that this can be printed later on either as an HTML file or a Word file or a PDF file. No? Pwede. Okay, pwede i-print to. No? Paano ipiprint to, guys? So dito may mga may konting instruction about what R Markdown is. Dito, if we tingnan ito, guys, summary cars. Okay? Notice that this is in the code chunk. If I run this, yun. Nag-run siya, guys. Nag-run. So, it is in an R Markdown file, a code will only run if it's inside a code chunk. Okay? So, paano ka mag-create ng code chunk? The long cut is, ang long cut niyan, ita-type mo, no? Yung backticks, tapos R, ganyan. Tapos, another backtick. Yan. So, that's your code chunk. Tapos, pwede natin ilagay yung kanina dito, R norm, and then, let's say 20. Okay. Yan, guys. Notice it run, no? Ito, guys, that this is to run. Run current chunk. Yan, nag-run na siya. No? Nag-run na siya. Okay, and then, what's the shortcut, guys? What's the shortcut? Kasi matagal itong pag-type na to eh. Ito. The shortcut to input this code chunk is okay. Control Alt I, no? So Control plus Alt plus I. Okay? Paki-type na, guys. For Mac, paki-check kung Command Alt I. What happens when you type this? Did it generate a new code chunk? Yes, good. Good. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, John. It's almost time, guys. Let me just finish this, no? So, kunyari hist. Dapat pala naglagay tayo ng object dito, no? Kunyari, x is equal to, no? Gawin natin x1. Kasi may x na tayo dito, no? x1, i-run natin. Okay, so may x1 na tayo dito, no? And then hist x1. There, di ba? Nag-plinat niya, no? Plinat niya. So sa R Markdown, guys, pwedeng i-plot niya below the code yung yung result. Sa R script hindi, no? Pag nung hinistogram natin to, guys, laging nasa console yung result, no? Or nasa plots yung Okay, it's already time, guys. May I have just one last minute? Okay lang ba, guys? Permission to extend by 1 minute. Tapusin ko lang, i-wrap up ko lang to. Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right. Now, di ba, ang dami natin na, well, hindi naman marami, but kunyari ito, let's run this, yung parang sample nito. Okay, so now here in our Markdown, we learned that a code will only run, guys, it will run only in a code chunk. Hindi siya mag-run kapag wala sa code chunk. We also learned the quick way to run install a code chunk is control or command plus alt plus I. And then doon natin ilalagay yung codes natin. And then pwede natin i-run yun, saka malalabas yung output. No? Now at the end of the day, guys, you can, ito na, no? Ito na yung sinasabi ko, you can knit this. Knit. Okay, yan, no? Ang options natin, knit to HTML, PDF, Word. Let's just knit it to HTML. Tapos tatanungin tayo, guys, kung saan natin gustong i-knit. So let's just, kung saan man, guys, yung kung saan man generate sa inyo, I'll just use trial 1 and then save. And then makikita natin dito, guys, sa console, mag-knit na siya. Okay. Alright, nag-knit na siya, guys. Tapos ito, makikita sa viewer, guys, ito. Yan. Ito na yung document natin. There. Alright, so ito yung title, ito yung YAML natin. Okay? And then ito yung mga text, code chunks, and then output. So in a clean way, kaysa, guys, kaka-copy-paste pa natin sa Word. So yung mga projects natin, guys, yung mga assignments nyo, yung mga outputs nyo, dapat i-generate natin sa R Markdown or R Notebook. Okay? Kasi mas convenient siya at saka mas maganda yung pagka-print nito. Okay? Alright, so I'm sorry, guys, for the extension. Let me stop recording first.